Good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, students. Evening, rather. How are we?
Good so
Fine.
far.
Yeah. Th- Thanks, Shauna. I received the email to say that we're having a new login. Today when I received the email. The email came in on yesterday. Came in yesterday for me at 3:35. But all the click join from my end, nothing now happen. From 10 to 7 o'clock, I'm trying to click it and nothing now happen.
Sir,
So
same for mine. I went up by school today and Miss Dunn say it's best to use a laptop to log in.
yeah, but even when I use my laptop, Emilia, it just wouldn't work. Shauna was the one who just reached out a while ago and sent me the link, or else I wouldn't get a chance to come in. But anyhow, we are together again, just praising the Lord. I really hope you guys are well. Um uh Thing there now. Let me see what is happening here. Am I missing about how many of us? Oh Lord, who is the admin for the WhatsApp?
Sir, I don't believe we have a WhatsApp.
Okay, who we need to get a an email group going, something like no, I needed to send a little one message to the class. So I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask that you all drop your emails in the chat, please and thanks. And Sean, I'm gonna ask you to just, when the emails come in, you just copy it and just put it in a mm, put it in a Word document for me, please, and then I can just compose the emails from that. Please and
Okay,
thanks.
sir.
Yeah, man. So I can get it at the end of the session. All right. Let me apologize to you again for what transpired last time. No, I would need your school email. Whoever that person just gave me a Gmail account. I need your school email. Yeah, so let me apologize for what transpired last week. I spoke to another math lecturer who has the same type of computer I have, and she advised me that if it were to happen again, shut down the computer. What I did was to log off and log back in. She says, no, shut the computer down totally, and it should come back up. And funny story, I was using the computer today, and the same thing happened. And I had to shut it down fully, and then it is back up. You know, they don't make these things to last long. They make them to last a certain time so you can go back and spend more money. And it is just unfortunate. But um, we were, I sent you something the last time around, hoping that you would have had a chance to read through and um, and try to commit to long-term memory. And those are our conversions. Very, very important. For those of you who have done the exam before would recognize how important this this unit is. And I really don't want anybody to mess up not studying and getting this thing And you see the thing about it now, I don't even have the host key because oh man, I'm gonna sort it out tomorrow, God's willing. Right, so we need to see how best we can get this song sorted out. I really hope that you guys are in a learning mode tonight and will unmute and make the class flow. We went through that one already. We went through that as well. I think I want to spend a little bit of time to just review this one here before I jump into something else. So, are you all seeing the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we had a conversation some time ago, and we recognized that 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. So I'm working this thing from the bottom up. I'm working this thing from the bottom up. So work along with me, please. 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. But 1 tablespoon is equivalent to a half fluid ounce. 1 tablespoon is approximately equals to a half fluid ounces. Now, if you are doing a bun for a spice bun, matter of fact, quick question. You guys doing any food and beverage for the summer, any baking for the summer semester?
Yes, sir. Just the exam, sir.
Just no practical?
No.
Yes, sir. We're
No,
doing
Andy.
food prep.
You're doing food prep?
Yes,
Which day of
sir.
the week? Which day of the week you do it?
Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, got you. And you go in on the main campus, on the Camp Road campus, is that right?
Yes, sir. We only go face to face on Friday.
Okay, got you. Got you. All right. So you're doing a spice bun, and the ingredient says 1 fluid ounce of vanilla extract. You don't have your fluid ounce unit of measure. However, you have a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon is a half fluid ounce. So pour that, and you're good to go. All right. So you have to remember this conversion. So 2 tablespoons is equals to 1 fluid ounce. So if you want 2 fluid ounces, it's going to be 4 tablespoons, right? But 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup. So if 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup, right? You can work it all the way around. 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup. That means 8 tablespoons, which is a half of the 16, would be half a cup. See it right here, sir?
Right.
And if you find a half of 8, you can get a quarter. Right, very good. So if you work it from the bottom up, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. And remember now, let us look at it again. So I am jumping these because we never did these middle one, but we did 3 teaspoons is equals to 1 tablespoon, which is equals to half fluid ounces. And we know that 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup. So if 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup, a half of the 16 is 8.
Right.
And a half
of 8 is 4.
right, and a half of 8 is 4. So a half of 1 is a half, and a half of a half is a quarter.
Quarter.
Right. Now, if 2 tablespoons is equals to 1 fluid ounce, that means 4 tablespoons is going to be equals to 2 fluid ounces. So if you work with this, if you work with this, you should be able to get it, and you have to find a way of remembering it, right? So my task tonight is also show you how to remember it. All right. Now, by extension, we know that 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup. That means in order for me to get 2 cups, how many tablespoons are there in 2 cups? What I put right here, so
2.
What I put right here, say Emilio?
Times
Sir,
2
32?
or
32. Yeah. Me here 2. Me no know where left of the 3 for.
Sir,
32.
32, I'ma say.
A 2 me here, but me know what you mean though. Right. So if 16 tablespoons is equals to 1 cup, I'm gonna have 2 cup. That means you're gonna multiply this by this. And if it is equals to 8 fluid ounces, that means that this must be 16. And if you multiply this by that, how many tablespoons are there in 4 cups?
64.
Very good. And how many in 8 cups?
Uh, 32 plus 64,
128.
128.
96.
No, 128.
128.
Right. And how many in 16 cups?
6,
No.
2, 4, 5,
240.
6.
No. What is it?
256.
256 would be correct, right? So it's just like a mathematics. You have to go work and twerk, you know. You work and twerk it, you suppose you can get it. All right. Now, 2 cups is equals to 1 pint. 2 cups is equals to 1 pint. Right? 2 cups is equals to 1 pint. So just remember that, and you should be good to go. And you should be good to go. All right, hold on, guys. I think a co-worker get locked out in class too. Hold on a minute, please. All right, I kind of missed the call. Let me just call him back. I think he is locked out because it's the same thing that was happening to me. Let me just call him back. 1 minute. Um, sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that, you guys. I missed the call. I wasn't going to take the call because I'm in the class, but then I thought to myself that maybe he is locked out like myself. With a straight calling him straight. All right. Until he answers. Sorry, you got locked out, right, class? sorry about that here, guys. For those of you who are just joining, I am team leader. So if there are any little situation, my team members will pull me out. So please, you're just going to ask that you may get a little accustomed to it. All right. So yeah, so 2 cups is going to be equals to 1 pint. 2 cups is equals to 1 pint, right? So therefore 6 cups is going to be equals to how many pints?
1.5 pints.
6 cups equals to how many
3
pints?
pints.
Huh?
2 cups equal to 1, so 6 cups would be 3 pints.
3
3
pints. Right, 3 pints. Very good. How many cups are there in 10 pints?
5. No, sorry, 10 pints. Yes, sorry. 10 times.
20 pints, sir. Pints.
Yeah.
20 is correct. No, 20 is not correct. What did I ask?
18.
What did I ask a while ago? Because
Two.
what did I
Yeah.
ask a while
Sir, you
ago?
asked
How
how
many
much
cups
cups
is
in
in
10 pints.
pints?
Yeah, so how many cups in 10 pints, right?
18.
No.
No. 2. 20, sir.
20.
Sir, the 20, 10 times 2.
Yeah, she
20.
did say 20. Somebody did say 20.
So,
and said-
somebody said
Sir, I
20,
said
but somebody said
20.
20.
You said
Yes,
it's
and you said
wrong.
Yes,
no.
sir.
Right,
Somebody did say 20.
hold
and
on,
you said-
hold on now. Hold on now. Me hear 20 now, but what I heard was 20 pints.
Oh,
And I that it
sorry.
say.
That's what I said, sir. Sorry.
Okay, see, so me know so the is my word. So that's why I say no.
For the
Right.
person who is saying 18, you can't use the Google something, because Google will tell you 2 points equal to 1.3.
Google. Me I check it out on my brain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So let
Apologies.
me correct that one too. Thank you. I don't even know who was talking. Who's what did they talk about? Brother, what's your name?
I'm assuming that's me, David.
Okay, you're David. All right, cool, David. All right. So Emilio, look at this. Remember this one here, this one is tricky because if you use 2.21 pounds, your answer is going to be slightly off. And some people use 2.2 pounds alone, right? So so if you're doing the calculations and I have my answer, but my answer, if somebody use a calculation and uses that's 2.21 pounds, you will still get the full marks. And if somebody use 2.2 pounds, you will still get the full mark. So you have to be careful of trying to vacillate between the Google calculation, because the Google calculation sometimes really is slightly off than what it is that we use, right? So be careful of that. And this one in particular comes to mind. All right, let's go back now. Now, 4 pints is equal, 2 pints is equal to a quart. So you see, every time what does that mean now? This is the smallest unit. And as we go to the left, we're getting to the bigger units. All right. So 2 pints is equal to a quart, but 4 quarts is equal to a gallon. All right. So 4 quarts is equal to a gallon. So 1 quart is equal to 2 pints is equal to 4 cups. So if you can study this line, you can get the lines above it and you can get the lines beneath it. Any questions?
no, sir.
All right, good. Big up on yourself. All right, now. So, let's go to this one. Unit of measure and their equivalents. Everybody know that 16 ounces make a pound. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Good. So if 16 ounces make a pound, if 16 ounces make a pound, that means a half pound is going to be 8 ounces.
Right.
And 4 ounces is going to be a quarter pound. And a half of a quarter is 1/8.
Right.
Tell me therefore now, how many pound is in 1 ounce? One ounce equal what? Pound.
1/16 pound.
Big up yourself. Yes, same way. So all you have to do is to know this one. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Oh Lord and Father. All right, guys, forgive me. Another team member calling. Just a quick one. A quick one. All right. So that colleague had a challenge getting in. I forgot to start that for tomorrow. All right. So if you study the 1 pound to 16 ounces, you can fill out this table because a half of this is going to be a half of this, and a half of a half is a quarter, and a half of a quarter is 1/8, and a half of 1/8 is 1/16. Here the trick question. Half ounce is how much pound? Half ounce is how much pound?
Sir, 132.
Big up yourself, yeah, man. You're gonna get 1/8 for the course. Me like it. Me like it. When you speak in class, you learn more. Real talk. Very nice, lovely. All right. Any questions regarding this unit of measure and their equivalence right here? I'm gone silent now.
None is from me so far.
All right, good job. And I explained this one earlier. 2.2. You see, it's what I have here now. I have 2.2, but up top I had what? 2.21. All right.
Oh.
So like last time around, the exam gave some conversions to say something in kilograms, and then them ask something about lead your answer into grams. You're easy 1, 2, 3. For you to convert from kilograms to grams. I showed you this in the first class, but I know some of you weren't here for the first class. So just allow me to show you. Just allow me to show you something very quickly again. Something very quickly again. Kick him down, Mr. Don't commit murder. Milligram, centigram, decigram, take out that and call it gram, decagram, hecagram, kilogram. So if I'm converting 1 kilogram to grams, I am going to go 10 100, 1,000. When I go up, I multiply. When I go down, I divide. Down for divide, D for divide, sorry, D for down. So the two D's come together. All right. So I'm going to go up by 10, 100, 1,000. So I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So therefore, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram is going to be equal to 1,000 grams. See it right here. So 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. But then, sir, how will I know that? How will I know that 1 pound is 454 grams? All right. Thank you for asking me the question. Allow me to show you. So if I say to you, and I'm jumping into some ratio now. I'm jumping into some ratio now. And I want you to watch how this ratio going to work. 1,000 grams is equivalent to 2.2 pounds. I want to find what 1 pound work out to be. I'm going to call this X grams because I'm going to use X as my unknown. I don't know what X is yet. All right. So those units cancel out. So once I have two fractions separated by an equal sign, I'm going to cross multiply. Two fractions separated by an equal sign, always cross multiply. That multiply that, that multiply that. So 100 times 1 is 1,000 times 1 is 1,000. And 2.2 times x is 2.2x. I want to find the value of x, and I soon get to these simple linear equations. Soon get to that. Those are simple linear equations. I'm going to divide both sides by 2.2. So take out a calculator for me, please, and say 1,000 divided by 2.2 and tell teacher what you get for the answer.
Sir, 454.
Magic. 454. See there, so 454. Easy 1, 2, 3. No, that's 16 ounces.
Sir, so
Because
one
one
question.
Go ahead,
So could
Millie.
you just say 1,000 divided by 2.2? We'd have to put it over the X and all of them something there.
I'm showing you, because you want to know, say divide, you have to go divide.
Oh,
So that's I'm showing you
okay.
how to do the work out.
Okay, sir.
But look at this here now. You know, so 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So probably the one find where 1 ounce work out to be in grams. If 1 pound equals 16 ounces, I'm a 1 ounce. That means I have to go divide this by 16. Divide 454 by 16 and tell me what you get. 454 divided by 16 and tell me what you
Sir,
get.
you ever get 28.35?
Duh, 28.35. So I'm saying to your students, all you need to do is to know this line. And you can work out anything else with the conversion. The conversion should not be a problem for you at all. The conversion should be easy 1, 2, 3. Easy 1, 2, 3. Easy 1, 2, 3. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you scroll back up? I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, no, sorry, you're going too far. Go back to right there. So for the second line, sir, what would be the answer for the kilogram for 454?
Sir, it would have be a half.
For what? The answer for this. No, the answer for this here.
Yes, sir.
Well, you tell me. It will be a little bit more than. It will be a little bit more than a half, man.
The half, yes, sir. Maybe 1.5.
No, man. It will be 0.5 something.
0.5. Both 0.54 or 0.56. No.
What is 1,000 divided by 4.54? Sorry, 454.
Sir, I have 2.2.
Get this 2.2. So what I'm saying to you is the kilogram. So if I want to know what this is, I can convert this grams into kilograms. So look at what is happening. Grams to kilograms, I'm going to divide by 1,000. See, I'm moving from grams to kilograms. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going down 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. The amount of space that I move is the amount of zeros I add in. See here, 1, 2, 3. So when I go down 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it means 1,000. So when I divide 454 by 1,000, I get how many kilograms it's going to be. Do that for me, please. 454 divided by 1,000.
Sorry, 0.454.
Okay. And so that's what it's going to be. All right. So remember, we're going to be utilizing. All right. So watch this one. Kick him down, grandma. Don't commit murder. Milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hecagram, kilogram. Right? So I can say kick him down, mister, don't commit murder. That's if I'm in meters. If I'm in grams, it's going to be kick him down, grandma, don't commit murder. The same conversion. Same conversion. And we are going to be getting our conversion. So what's the point I'm making? The point I'm making is you're going to study the key ones in the table, but know how to convert from one to the next by using the conversions. Because after a while, they become so, you use them so often, it sticks to you. All right? Okay. Now, what I've done here is to expand the table. You notice the last time I stopped at gallon. Can you recognize that this is the same thing as I had before?
Yes, sir.
And I think I'm gonna see it. See it here, so? This table, I'm just expanding. Remember I said we're getting bigger as we go this way. As we go this way, we're getting bigger. All right? So I want to get something bigger than gallon. So I'm showing you here now what is bigger than gallon. See gallon right here, so? So I'm going even bigger. So 1 gallon is equal to 3.8 liters. And 1 liter is equals to 1,000 milliliters. Now, when you buy a 2-liter soda, you're buying 33.8 times 2 fluid ounces, 67.2 fluid ounces that you're having. If you don't believe me, you can look at the stuff and it will tell you. Or if you have a 1 liter, I know the Pepsi, them come in a 1 liter. Now, if you have the 1 liter Pepsi, it will also tell you how many liters in it. Matter of fact, anybody have a 1 liter something at them yard? All right, sorry. Sorry, I rest the thing on the computer on the tablet. Anybody has a 1 liter soda bottle at home? Can just run for it and tell me if you're seeing 33.8 fluid ounces on it, please. Anybody, somebody.
Checking.
Nice. There's a point I want to bring across based on the same point that David made to Emilia just now.
Of 1.5.
You have a 1.5?
Yes.
All right. So so if you have a 1.5 liter, divided by, all right, 1.5 would be divided by 3 multiplied by 2. How many fluid ounces you have there for the 1.5?
50.7.
All right, somebody grab a calculator for me, please. 50.7 divided by 3 and then times the answer by 2. 50.7 divided by 3 and times it by 2 for me.
Sir, 3.8.
33.8.
33.8. See it right there, sir? So David, say you know, say the man them now rob you.
Sir, can you repeat back the calculation that you said?
David,
Dividing 50.7 by 3 and then times it by 2.
There's the answer, right?
And the 50.7 is
It's 50
one
by 7, you said. Oh, 50. Sorry, sir.
50.7, right? So the 50.7 fluid ounces is a 1.5 liter, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
good. Thank you, sir. So the only way you're going to get good at this is if you look at your conversions on your bottle. It's one of the things that I do. I don't care what you want to say about your teacher, but times are hard. So when I'm comparing prices, I look to see how much it contains and to see which one would be a better buy. Because in
Sir,
order
it's
to,
very frugal too.
yeah, man, real talk. Let me tell you a secret. You know, say the thin corned beef, them, most of them are come out of New Zealand and Australia. Lasco,
Yes, sir.
Grace, Eve, the whole lot of them are come out of the same country. But guess what? Some,
Marketing.
yeah, and some of them do a little bit more with them product, you know. Some of them are a little bit careful in taking out quite a bit of the fat because some corned beef have a little bit more fat than other corned beef. So therefore, no, the Grace one not gonna be all the way up there in a price. And the cheaper the corned beef, no, it means the boy, the man, them not gonna do careful with as much of the processing to take out more of the fat something them because you know they want it. That is going to be just way too much money, right? And they want them product to come in at a lower price. Now, if you grew up in an era like me, when I was growing up, my mother sent me to supermarket or shop, try don't carry nothing but a Grace something when at the house. So I think me could have, I know me a big man, me can buy my own Alaska something. You think me could have out of my wits, but me can carry Alaska something when at the house, go give my mother? Should I take this and knock me out? If you don't believe me, go ask your mother and your father, if you're not a young boy. Because it was believed back then that Grace just said the best thing,
Yeah.
right? But no, when I'm buying my broad beans, I the Alaska one me go for because it's
And
when
it
me
tastes better.
me not ask you, me I tell you, because when you turn the pot with when you do curry chicken food and you put the broad bean in so and you turn the pot, then the bean now mash out like the other
Like the
brand them that
Grace
on
one.
soup. Yeah, man, and that on soup. The Alaska beans them are gonna stay firm, right? So as you grow, you have to be, as somebody said, frugal because you have to make your money stretch. You know, a thought came to mind. Do you believe that? Two-part question. Do you believe that hospitality is a science?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I agree with you, Emilia. It is a science, right? I'm not talking about OBA now, because we not believe in them something here. I'm talking about science, you know, like that is chemistry and bio and physics. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good. So hospitality is a science. Let me ask you another question. And I want to
That's
think
a name. So that's a degree name, Bachelor of Science.
Bachelor of Science. Right. And that's why it's called a Bachelor of Science. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to think about it before you answer me. Do you believe that cooking is an exact science?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me answer the question, David. Since you come out of the thing, quick and fast. David, you ever go on KFC? You ever got 3 different KFC in Jamaica and the KFC, the 3 different KFC teach 3 different ways?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Spanish Town so far the best KFC I've
Best
had.
one, the one right at Burke Road, this so.
Our bird
So I
was
brought the Mobe and the Mobe one tastes different.
lucky.
Sir, and the worst one are the one at half a tree.
No, I don't think so, no. I
To
think the
me,
worst,
sir, the one where they write a transport center me attack, you know.
I
You
think,
know,
I, I, I think the worst one, I don't know, Rockfort.
It's been a while since I've
Sir,
been
it's
to that
not that
one,
bad,
so I
sir.
can't
so
answer.
It is
everybody opinion say,
awful.
come God, the one at half a tree and the barbecue chicken salt.
Let me tell you, so the one on a Rockfort, I mean, KFC is something me can shut my eye and inhale it, and it done in a minute. And I go to Rockfort one day, they are work and hungry. I say, you know, so I'm not going to Ligani always full. When I say Ligani, the one in front of JC, always full. Me just ropes from the little excess of Mountain View and just run go down the road on there. So it crisp. And it's like the man them have the chicken overnight and on an early morning, I'm going to need it, you know. I was like, never again. But of course, you know, me didn't go back down there because, you know, all when they say rat in a KFC,
KFC.
you know, say
Yeah.
KFC, I will still have go there. We'll cuss them and tell them, say them nasty, but guess what? 9 days going
Still have
past, we can go back there because it's KFC name, right?
Cause them tie, you know.
Them have something with them tie with them, so oil will come back to KFC, all right? But I'm going to answer the question again. Do you believe that cooking is an exact science?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, because if you mess up the measurement, the food are going to spoil.
It's
Not
not going to
just
taste the
spoil,
same.
not
It's not going to taste the
necessarily
same.
spoil. It not gonna taste the same.
So therefore,
sir.
cooking is not an
It are going to
exact
spoil
science.
too.
Yeah, the taste will spoil. Yeah, if I put it like that. So that means it's not an
I
exact
would
science.
I wouldn't say like cooking is a science, but I think baking would be the science.
Baking, that's
Yeah.
true. Baking would be the science.
Beyonce,
Yes,
All right.
sir.
listen to me. Shut up your mouth because when you go in the foods lab and them say put little flour there, so you're gonna put one pinch of salt. If them say put some salt rather, you're gonna put one pinch, and the pinch supposed to be something. Talk truth. No more you talk to me, Beyonce.
All right.
No, talk
So
to me now.
I agree with you, sir, with that explanation, because even with a standardized recipe, two persons can follow the same standardized recipe
Absolutely.
and it will still taste
Absolutely.
different.
Absolutely. Beyonce, let me tell you something, lovey. You see, when you go to them master chef, you think say them do that, them put a pinch and then put a dash and them know exactly what it is that them put. No, if you try the pinch and the dash, you're gonna can it or it's gonna go fresh. It is not going to be exact. So I say this to say to you that cooking is not an exact science. So you may cook a wicked piece of oxtail, Beyonce. A wicked piece of oxtail. By the way, Beyonce can cook.
Yes, sir, but me can't sing.
All right. So if you cook a wicked piece of oxtail today, chances are you're going to cook and you have the ingredients available to you. Chances are you cook the oxtail tomorrow and it will taste different because guess what? You never measure all the ingredients and you put a dash of something and you put a pinch of something and a dash of something else and it just don't taste the same. It just don't taste the same. So, and this is why when you go to church chicken and KFC and so forth, they have their pre-recipe, right? When I went and bought Wendy's up in America, is that but this no done season yet? Because when you buy our Jamaican, matter of fact, them don't even have the baked potato with bacon in and something. Because what Jamaica does is to customize to our palate some of the menus. So when you go up the Wendy's and say, oh, may I have a baked potato, please, with broccoli and bacon? Excuse me, sir, what you talking about? We say, all right, yeah, never mind. Give me a something. Because they don't have it like that. And it is not seasoned like that. It's seasoned differently. All right. So it's really not an exact science. It's not an exact science. So what needs to happen is in order for you to be as how do I say this now? Okay, so I could eat a nice pastry because I think they are somewhat consistent. But however, I have gone there and I've bought like the hummingbird cake and it tastes different from the one before. If I buy like a lemon seed, poppy seed, muffin, I would have gone back there to buy one because the one that I bought before did hold me. But when I went and I had the second one, it's like, nah, don't really like it. And then it took me a while to buy back a lemon poppy seed because it's not consistent. And especially if today Emilia is around there, is baking the stuff, and then tomorrow is Beyonce baking it, and then Carnello is going to bake it the following day, it's not consistent. Right? So which is why you have to follow the recipe, because if you're not consistent, it means that the company is going to be losing its client. So what you want to do is to go as close to consistent as possible. And which is why when you go to these places to work, if you're doing gizzards, a gizzard you're going to stay and do, because at least you know you're going to have the consistency for the gizzards. All right? So just bear that in mind. So therefore the conversions are going to be very important. I hope you see the point. The conversions here are going to be important. If your conversions are off, you're going to be having some serious problems. All right. Okay. So now it is that I want to, any questions?
No, sir, not yet.
Anybody disagree with me with the concept that me know when you not have no field, you know, no defend it, and hear this tourism person going to come teach applied math and say not consistent. But can see the point I'm making though? Anybody disagrees with me?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we're going to get into something now. I'm leaving the conversion. It's a short semester. It's a short semester.
Someone have a
Yes.
question in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, someone sent something in the chat. Can you see the chat, sir?
No, come on, talk to me.
Okay.
The person is asking if you can explain the difference between fluid ounces and ounces.
All right. I did say that the last time around. What is the difference between fluid ounces and ounces? Somebody, anybody? Fluid ounces refer to what?
Liquid, sir.
Liquid weight. And ounces refer to what?
Dry
Solid.
ingredient.
Dry
Right.
weight.
Right.
Right. So one is wet weight and one is dry weight. So the wet one is fluid and the dry one is ounces. And I also said to you though that molasses measured in fluid ounces or ounces?
Fluid ounces.
No.
Ounces.
Ounce.
Sir, molasses not wet.
Me there? As someone else said too, but
Okay,
you see,
with
because
sugar, but I guess
it,
they need to consider the
Huh?
graininess as
no, it's the viscosity of it. You know what I mean by viscosity? How thick it is.
Oh.
So the
Okay.
thickness of it make it be dry. And
Okay.
honey is also dry. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And it is because of the viscosity, how thick it is.
Right,
So that's
right.
why. Yeah. So just remember that. So come on, you get the difference now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm so sorry
Yeah,
about
man.
that. Just walked through the door.
Yeah, but you
Sir,
can't
quick question.
unmute
So
them.
that means peanut butter would be measured in ounces too?
Of course. That is solid, good, solid something. So what's the point I'm making? You know, you're in the kitchen, just look at something and
Sir,
say,
and jam too, right?
jam would be, yeah. Because
But
it's
sir, you know,
go ahead.
luckily I asked you. Sorry about that. But
Go
luckily
ahead.
I asked you because I was doing a little research on it. Well, on the whole thing. And one of them, the information that I got is that one of them would like occupied space. Hold on. Let me just look back at the information I wrote. Would occupy space. Hold on. So yeah. So while ounce measures how heavy something is, it says that hold on. Oh, fluid ounces. This measure how much space something takes up. That was what I got. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
because
that is correct or because you mentioned wet and dry a few minutes ago.
Right.
So for
So
the
in
so
essence,
for the food,
go ahead, finish the thought,
yeah, man, go
Yvonne.
ahead, sir.
Okay, so I was just saying to you that um by law, your wet weight is in fluid ounces, and your dry weight is going to be in ounces. So when you go to the market,
Right.
you buy 1 pound of yam, which is really 16 ounces, right? If you're going to go to buy some syrup, for argument's sake, you won't say give me 1 pound of syrup.
I
You'll
always say
say
pint. Why?
a pint. Absolutely. You'll say pint or quart, right?
Right.
Because it is one is wet, one is dry. But I'm saying to you, there are a few exceptions, and I made mention of a few here, like the peanut butter, of course, is going to be dry. The jam is going to be dry, but I'm saying one would think that molasses and honey would be fluid ounces because it's wet. But because of how viscous it is, and viscosity means how thick something is, you know, it is going to be considered dry weight. It is considered dry weight. If you don't believe me, Google it and then we'll talk about it next class. Google it and we'll talk about it next class. All right. Now, I want to move into even 3 or 4 of these before class go through. And we're going to have a conversation. You see, I will send you these stuff, but I believe you understanding the conversation that we'll be having in class will concretize your understanding of this, the conversions. Is there anyone here? I can just raise a hand. Let me just have an idea. Is anyone here employed currently in the hotel industry? Or you're all full-time students? Okay, David, good. Anybody else?
Oh, sir, me an evening student, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, evening student too. All right. Okay, only David alone. All right. Thanks, David. All right. Now, I find this very intriguing. And as I told my students last semester and last summer in particular, when I started teaching back the applied math, you know, say, if David, who is working in a hotel, is my server, and the whole of it there on wedding reception, and David looked at me and said, that man, them not like him. Him will get the 3 asparagus and the 1.5 piece of breaded chicken and a half cup of potato, mashed potato, with them have around there. And when him serve my plate, and me looking at my next door neighbor plate, and she said, "Una have 2 full slices of breaded chicken and una have 5 asparagus and me have 3." You know, it's a problem in the place, don't? Anybody have problem too?
Yes, sir, because I
Yeah,
can
man.
see that more recently.
Big problem. Big problem. When the reception done, because me I go make up nice. Because I said, no, curry for you about this. Right? You see, all of that is what we're talking about here. Edible portion. It's very important. And especially when you are pricing your food. Now, by extension, if someone has, say, diabetes, and they can only have, say, 8 ounces of protein per day, fish or chicken, if their diet is like that, not even going to talk about the shrimp and them something, but you say fish or chicken, and it's only 8 ounces of protein them can have, they will have to find out what is the shrinkage percentage of the chicken. Say for argument's sake, come on. All right, somehow it does not working. Okay, see there now. 1 pound of raw ground beef will yield about 13 ounces of cooked ground beef. So if you have your ground beef, and I spoke to you about it earlier with the corned beef. So you see when the corned beef have no fat in it or something, remember when you open it in there, no, and you drop it in another pot and you start seize up on something, say all the way you think saying that something the fat is gonna melt
Yes,
out.
sir.
Top,
Shrink.
it shrink out. It shrink out.
That's
You understand? So I'm saying to you that 1 pound of ground beef, roughly, when you cook it, you're going to only have about 13 ounces of cooked ground beef because you're going to lose 3 ounces of that ground beef to fat and water.
Okay.
Right? So if I want a serving of, if me order a pound of ground beef, or 1 pound of ground beef, try make sure so you find more than 16 ounces to start off with. Because if me estimate that and that now be 13 ounces, we're going to have problems. So this is what we talk about our edible portion. And there are several things that we have to go through in order for us to get what our portions will calculate it to be. All right? Hear what it says. The edible portion is defined as a form in which a product is served. Edible are where you can eat. Yeah? So the edible portion is what it is that can be served. And not all foods are purchased in the edible form. Because if I buy tomatoes, can tomatoes be eaten as it is?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
In
sir.
its entirety?
No,
Mhm.
sir.
No,
Yes,
because
sir.
you can have a stem. No, Shauna, you can have
Sir,
a
it's
stem.
a focus.
Sir, I wash my tomato and eat it.
Yeah, all the stem you eat?
Except for the top
Oh, no,
part.
not this.
Minus the top part,
Okay,
sir.
because Shauna was also about to call you big back, right? So you have to go through them. All right, let me ask you now. And I know people do it, but it turns me off. String bean, like a tip of string bean. Them,
Yeah.
yeah. When sometimes when I go places, I see them serve the food with the tip of the string bean. I say, no, cut off that tip, them, I don't want it. Right? But it can be eaten. They're saying that that's the part that has well, you put something them nutrients in it. It's all right, I don't want no nutrients from string bean, coming on like eat it. All right. So what am I saying to you? Most of our foods that we have, that we consume, is not 100% edible. So if I buy 100 pounds of cabbage, will I have 100 pounds of cabbage to eat?
No, sir.
Why?
That's going to shrink. And you have to cut off the edges and take off the.
I have to take out the black something them and strip it on them
Right.
something there. Right. Yeah, man. So it's not everything that you buy is going to be edible, unless
Sir, what about callaloo?
No, man, you have to strip that. You have to strip that. You want that type of tongue? Your tonsils? You have to strip that, man. You have to strip that, man.
And you can run your belly too.
Well, is it true? Me never did. Me always strip mine. Me never nobody run belly part, but me always have strip mine. No, man, wicked man. If you not do that, a pair string you eat, man. You tie up.
But sir, you don't even touch on the chicken that we purchase inside of the bag. You know them big bag of chicken there? Most of it is fat.
Me not ask you. That is fat.
Most
Pure fat.
of it.
Pure fat, as I said that, Shauna, I remember I was at Excelsior one day and wasn't feeling so well. And I went to a place in Crossroads. Now I'm gonna call the name, and bought some chicken. I say, for bye I road, Anyhow, serve me right. Go buy some chicken foot soup. And the way I was feeling, I just wanted to go back on campus in air condition and sit and drink the soup. Bought the something of soup and reach back at work now and say, yeah. I said, God is good, God is great. And busted something, the chicken foot them with them fingernail upon them same way. I couldn't eat it. How can you cook chicken foot and not cut off the toenail then? That nasty. You know much germs, that's something there. But sir, the hot water boil it out. I don't care. I not eat it. Right?
Sir.
What?
Sir, what do you mean by the chicken foot nail upon it?
Amelia, real talk. The man them cut the chicken foot with the fingernail them pan them same, the toenail them pan them same way. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah, man. Real talk. So I don't
Never like you, sir.
Why? And I know them like, because
sir, and everybody can cook and maybe never know say it for come off.
No, friend. Anybody can cook. It's not everybody is a chef.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Jano, if you're gonna sell people food, at least you must know that. You know,
I maybe never know.
why? Trust me.
Probably I'll just use sir and you come across that you happen to come across the one foot where they miss.
Or maybe
Well,
So
that
hold on
one
there
they
now.
get way. Maybe that
So
one
hold
they
on there
get
now.
way.
So you're
sometimes
gonna tell
they don't care.
you're gonna tell me say salt me salt?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, sometimes.
All right, so guess what then? That's why me not buy no more food on road.
So I lie, I tell you. I lie, you tell.
Yeah, cause you go restaurant though.
Wait, no about me. You talk about like me.
Sir, you just say you go KFC.
No, trust me. But me, but all agree. Say if you're going to KFC, I'm going to see one big rat. We're going to cost for
But
9
that-
days and then we'll go
but
back to the
sir-
same store.
But sir,
Sir,
that's
everybody
because
know you love your
Sir,
belly,
wait,
sir.
wait. I have a question, guys. Hold on. So, sir,
Eh.
did you usually buy soup and crab over run a crab circle?
With Alice? No, ma'am.
All of them,
No,
sir, not just Alice get exposed. All of them do
no,
it.
no, miss. No, me no. No. But the truth of the matter is though, the when you buy food like that on the road, it's not palatable. It you know, next week me tell you something where one person says to me that somebody that I know what his stepmother did or is doing and selling people, and it's just a matter of time for our sins catch up on her. Want to be
I should have
careful.
used back over the steel aisle over.
No, they might use dog and make the soup.
wow.
Yeah.
Another
Sir,
first. Sir.
sir, will you
Another
pretend
first.
to sir
I
and do
appreciate
that
it.
too?
And so that's why I stop eating any food. Because sometimes I eat them something and it, when it cannot chew and it can't mash it up and just make one big swallow. Me now do them things again. But anyhow.
So, like, I only for them there, though.
It sound like I want to put him in the
No, talk truth. Talk truth.
Guys, sir love him belly. Let me just tell you from now.
Sir, I can tell you one parable where one elder from a church tell me once. If you love your belly, eat with a knife or your throat.
Why? We have to go cut the throat and take out something out of it.
No, it basically means that eat with caution because you can't love your belly and constantly and not go road and not eat. You will eat anything and
Well,
don't know.
And that's what for me the truth is and this is also true. So I will go to KFC, yes. I don't have a palate for Burger King anymore. I find myself now buying chicken tenders at Wendy's. I don't have a palate for these sandwiches anymore. I think we eat too much of them. So if I'm going fast food, it is going to be KFC. And I try to stop eating it. I mean, I said it. One of my pet peeves is using the oil until it black like tar, and it is killing us off. So what I do really,
Sir, if you decide corner food shop, them use by the aisle over and over again, sir. As some of them we fry out. Some of them we fry out the chicken body, sir, sorry my language, and then
no
get
man,
the
but you're
aisle and
right.
fry it.
And it is not good. So the truth is, I prepare my meal from home, but there are times you're gonna have to do a little one stop somewhere and buy a little one thing. But we have to be very careful because they're not cooking to enhance one's health. When I talk about this is healthy what? Healthy where? All right, let's go. Edible portion. So it is going to be defined as a form in which a product is served. Hardly anything that we have is going to be 100% edible, right? You buy yam, you have to peel it. You buy potato. Well, the Irish potato could be 100% edible. I don't like it like that. I think Wendy's does it. What Wendy's does is to buy the potato, wash it and slice it with the skin on it.
Right.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
skin on it.
a lot of places
It's
do
not
that.
bad.
Even Popeyes do it as well.
Yeah. So people do it. It's not my favorite. I don't like it, but and I'm noting the seasoned fries that do them things like that again too, right? But so there are some foods that you can have 100%. As I said, the string bean, you can really eat everything on the string bean, but I don't like eating the tip. The Irish potato you just wash and can have everything. You know what you can eat everything of again too? The sweet potato.
Sir, when you said the tip,
Really?
Yeah, man.
Never know that.
Yeah, man. So
that, with that thick skin there?
if no man, no, brother, if you buy a sweet potato, you wash it and say you boil it, you eat it, you don't have to peel it, you eat everything. You can eat
Okay.
it.
And
Yeah,
some
man.
Sir,
some people like them just cut it up and season it how them like it and probably like air fry it and put in the oven or stuff like that.
No, that's what I do. I love doing that. Just put a
Right,
little
so
I put a
good.
little oil on it and some seasoning and or salt and stuff and just put in the air fryer and
Because
just
of
eat it.
fries, sir.
Sir, what that will miss it? What that?
Sweet potato.
Sir, when I was overseas,
Sir,
I
that
had
nice
sweet
fried sweet
potatoes
potato.
fries.
Yeah, sorry, say that. Yeah, it's nice, man. Say it again, Shauna.
No, I was saying when I was overseas, I had sweet potato fries.
Yeah, man, that bad man. Wicked,
Bad,
wicked.
bad.
Yeah, man.
but you
All right, so
can
what
get
it
that a
says.
fat boy too.
Oh, yeah.
In Ligani.
So, right. So here what it says now. Edible portion refers to the amount that can actually be eaten after trimming and cooking. So the edible portion of your yam is when you buy a pound of yam and you peel your yam. What it is that you have peeled away is going to be called your waste, and what it is that you can eat is going to be your edible portion. So the example I'm saying right here is that 1 pound of ground beef will not give you 1 pound of cooked ground beef because some of the weight will be lost in the cooking process as moisture and fat, right? And I come back to the corned beef. So when you buy a Grace corned beef now, the Grace corned beef don't have as much fat as the others. However, the sodium content in it is very high. So
Yeah,
people who
salt.
salt bad it can't. So people who have high blood pressure are not supposed to really be eating these things. All right. So that's what the edible portion is. The edible portion is anything we have. So Shauna, like your tomato now, it's like a stem part. You have to go cut out that. Because nobody you can't make no sandwich and give nobody with that little something in there, the stem part. You have to go cut out that. And then when you talk about your fruits, remember now, somebody may say, but sir, what about the seedless grape? You can't eat everything. Yeah, but remember, say the grapes them come on a vine. Talk truth.
What's that, sir?
The grapes.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I saw something where that even in Jamaica too, but I think this was in, well, let me not say Walmart. It was in a foreign supermarket. Lady was buying ripe bananas and she peeled the ripe bananas and put them in a plastic bag and then go and weigh them. And when
Yeah, I saw that too, sir. And she
Yeah.
asked the man for the leftover fat from the ground beef because she cheap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guess why she do that? She said that she's not going to pay for the banana skin because she's not eating the banana skin. So it is what it is.
That
right?
makes sense.
So I
It
think
does.
from a show called Extremely we call it cheapskate.
It's
Very
same one.
cheap.
It's same one. It's same one. But of course, you can't try that in Jamaica because you're gonna get pie. You understand?
Fuck.
And the truth is, when they buy the stuff, they are buying it with the skin on. So put a case in point, when I go to Portmore to buy fish, once upon a time, you buy fish, and if you buy 5 pounds of fish and it comes to X amount of money, you pay them the X amount of money, and the persons who you buy the fish from will scale it and give it to you at no extra cost. But no, it's a booming business. So for every pound of fish that you buy, you have to pay $200 for them to scale and gut. So if you're buying 20 pounds, you have to go pay them $1,000 or whatever amount of money it is just to scale and gut, because it's a booming business now. Normally when people are going to take taxi, them just walk up and down and just say, okay, one taxi ready. No, nowadays they have load of man. And today I laughed because I was walking in a particular city, parked my car and was walking in a particular city because I had to go back and forth and I'm not going to waste no gas. So, me park the car one place and walk across and then walk come back. And a taxi came and three grown men running down and running across the road because they want to be the first to go load. It is a business because the taxi man has to pay the man for load the car, right? So, everybody is making a little thing out of that. Anyhow, so this is what edible portion is. Edible portion is a portion that can be eaten, right? When served, right, is a product that can be eaten, right? That's the edible portion. What is so when you buy a product, the product is going to be divided into your waste and your edible portion. And at some point in time, we will have a conversation because, matter of fact, let me just have the conversation now. So I went to a conference some years ago, and one of the presenters, was talking about him having a business. Sorry. And his business was he was using fever grass, lemongrass, and he would extract, whatsoever it is from the lemongrass, and then once it is that there is nothing more to be extracted from the lemongrass, he will go and throw the lemongrass away. He would just throw out the lemongrass and garbage truck will come and pick it up. And he says that one day he was in office and he saw where a truck came and removed the containers with the lemongrass. And this was not the garbage collectors. And he watched it one day, he watched it another day, and he became very curious. And he said, no, man, if you talk to the brother, the man, when next him come, whenever I see him come again, yeah, call me. And the man knew exactly when the man was going to throw out the stuff. And he came and he was waiting, and the man said to himself, what do you use it for? I'm saying, what's a good something for feed my cow them? Someone just call it and feed my cow. You know what the man do next time? The man say, here the plan. What do you mean? The man said, we're not throw this away now. I said, I sell it now. Right? And you see, and it comes back to the Jamaica vernacular that we said, what is your waste is your garbage, is that somebody else's treasure.
One man's trash is our next man's treasure.
Absolutely. So you know what the man don't know? Every time him have him waste, him tell the man, say, guess what? Me not give them where I get in a brother. So you want it, you have to go buy from me, because if me come to you and tell you, say, beg your pig, you're going to tell me, say, you can't give me the pig. And this is coming out of the horse's mouth. This is not something that I'm making up. The man actually told us in the conference. So he started selling the man, and him say, him don't sell him expensive, but at least, him sell the man a thing or two, because what he's saying is, him have to pay a garbage truck because it's a business to come and cut the rest of him garbage. And it is costing the company. So what him collecting from him can use to offset some of his payments. All right? So that's what it is. All right, let's go. Your yield test. Your yield test. It is a process in which raw product purchased in an as purchased form is broken into the edible product and your waste. So the yield test is coming from your edible product. So when I look at the ground beef, my as purchased form, the form in which the product was purchased, is the as purchased form. So my as purchased form is going to be 16 ounces. So I would have gone to the store and would have bought 1 pound of ground beef. 1 pound of ground beef is 16 ounces of ground beef. All right. Now, so it's going to be broken down into the edible product and the waste. Now, when I go and I do all of that, because you can't eat the ground beef, the raw ground beef, you have to go prepare it in order to eat it. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Good. So I can calculate my yield test from it. My yield test. How much ground beef am I getting out of it? Talk to me now. See, try to say the balance.
13.
13. Good. 13 ounces now get out of it.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Mr. Shan, give you one test and it mark out as 16 and you get 13 right. You can calculate the percent?
Yes, sir.
Or you're going to calculate the percent?
Sir, 30.
13 what?
Sir, 13 times 16 divided by 100.
Emilia. 13 what?
Sir, 13 marks. Times.
No. 13 marks. How much is something mark out of?
16.
So it's 13 what? Divide by 16, Emilia, and then?
Multiply by 100.
Multiply by 100. You're saying multiply 2 times, Emilia. So it's going to be 13 over 100 times, rubbish this, 13 divided by 16 multiplied by 100. Do that for me, please, and calculate it. Tell me what to get. 13 divided by,
81. 81.
So that means that yield
Fine.
test from that ground beef is going to be 81%.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, man, it's going to be 81%. So I know, can say, the ground beef is going to be 81%. I said something earlier on. I must listen when the teacher talk here. I said something when I was talking about pastry passion. I was saying that if somebody is baking greater cake or anything, that person is going to be at that station for quite a while because you can get the consistency. Very good. You can get the consistency. Now, hear me out. If you don't believe what I said to be true, hear me out. If you are accustomed to buying beef from me, and when you get my beef, you know, say your yield test is going to be 81%. Because by 1 pound, you're going to lose 3 ounces. But everywhere else you buy it, you'll lose 4 and 5 and 6 ounces. But I am the only place that you find now that you buy, you're only losing 3 ounces. And guess what? When you have your cow and your goat and your pig and your chicken and them something that you feed them fatty foods, them going to have a layer of fat on them body. So what a lot of people start doing is feeding their poultry and them something they're using vegetable, right? That's why I was giving the example just now. So the man feed them cow and goat and them something there with the man fever grass. Because when now the man butcher him stuff, him going feed meat when be very lean. As opposed to somebody know who are give them fat now and we have pure fat under them skin. So what is happening now is that as a purchasing manager for a hotel, me going go to David and say, David, you're the plan. You say next week, I want 100 pound of pork chops. Him said, don't worry about it, man. We can't get the pork chops to you. And then Emilia go and say, David, want some pork chops? David I said, no, we not deal with locals at the hotel me I said because I get US dollar from the hotel. And it's real talk. Because what is going to happen now is that the hotel trusts David and know that David's meat is going to yield a certain percentage. So you don't want to go and buy something from somebody else where you're going to get a smaller percentage, yield percent, because you are going to be losing because you have to end up buying more in order to find the stuff. So what I'm saying to you is, remember I said earlier in the conversation that if I want 1 pound of ground beef, you have to go find out now how many ounces. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you to do it, you know. I'm going to listen to me because I'm going to ask you to do it. If the yield test for ground beef is 81%, 81%, so it means that anytime you cook beef, you're going to get 81% of it to be edible. It means that 19% is going to go as waste. But I want to end up with exactly 16 ounces of ground beef. I want exactly 16 ounces of ground beef because my diet says I'm supposed to eat 1 pound of ground beef. All right? Tell me how much ground beef I'm supposed to be cooking in the first place in order to be able to, when it's done cooking, I get exactly 16 ounces.
Sir, can I say that back over, please?
I'm saying to you, I want 1 pound of ground beef to be served to me. But you are going to buy the ground beef. How many pounds of ground beef must you purchase so that when you're cooking it or when you finish cook it, you'll get exactly 1 pound. And the yield test is going to be 81%. So every time you cook the ground beef, you only get 81%. How much ground beef am I to buy?
Can you repeat?
I forgot buy like, sir, you know, I forgot buy like 18 ounces this time if you want exactly 1 pound when you're cooking it.
Yeah, but me no want you tell me if I go buy like 18. Me want you tell me how much you buy.
So you are gonna buy 18 ounces.
Okay, everybody agree says 18 ounces you can buy?
Buy here.
You must come out of the fridge, Emilia.
Sir, I'm not even sure, so.
It's not 18 ounces. All
Is
right.
it
If it's 18 ounces times 0.81 is how much pound you're gonna get. Multiply 18 by 0.81 and tell me how much you get. Somebody said 14.58, no?
So that's 14.58.
Yeah, that's not 16 ounces. So you can't buy, not if you buy 18 ounces, you're not gonna get the 1 pound when you finish.
$23
23.
or 21? Sir, I'm not sure.
Somebody tell me how many pounds how many ounces of ground beef should I buy if the yield test is 81%, so that when I cook it, I'll get exactly 16. I'm gonna charge you, When the can't work in a hotel and can't do the calculation, then watch me.
Sir,
You.
You're
me that say it should have been
19.71.
Sorry, somebody said, I'm Shauna, what you say a while ago?
Sir, 19.71.
Almost
75, guys. This is what I
19.75. 19.75 is correct. Very good, Shauna.
Okay.
All right. So look at what is going to happen. So this is amount. X is going to be the amount to purchase. The yield percent is going to be 0.81. 0.81 is 81%. All right. But I want 16 ounces, which is really 1 pound. Talk truth.
Yes, sir.
Good. So this portion here is a portion that I'm supposed to be starting off with in terms of cooking.
16.
Yeah. What is the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Good. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.81. So 16 divided by 0.81 equals what?
Sir, 19.7.
So I must start off with 19.75 ounces in order to get my 16 ounces and I'm done. If you don't believe me now, multiply 19.75 by 0.81 and tell me what you get. Today.
So just to confirm, you said multiply 19.75 times 0.81.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's 15.9.
15.99, don't?
Yeah.
Which is 16 ounces. So this is how
Yes,
the man
sir.
them.
Equivalent to 16 ounces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Guys, let me just say something to you. And I want you to be able to learn this stuff. I don't want you to just come and just try and pass the applied maths. If you not understand, more want you to understand and appreciate the something. Hear me out, and hear me out well. I went to a restaurant recently. I can tell you, I went to AC Hotel the other day, and I ordered something, and the lady, the waitress says to me, "Sir, it is done to order. It's going to be about 30 minutes. I'm saying, I'm in good company. I said, yeah, man, would you like your drinks now? He said, sure. Would you like some appetizer? He said, yeah, man, run the food, come, man. I would just sit down and have a little light talk and rate it, and then we said, but hold on there. Almost 1 hour and the food not reach yet. So me have to say, yo, B, how I go and run this so? Lady said, boy, sorry, the kitchen kind of rough, so forth and so on. All right, hear me out. Some of these restaurants, and I'm saying some of these restaurants, will pre-cook some of the meats. So if you're doing like hard meats like pork and oxtail and steak, those are pre-cooked, right? Pre-cooked
And mutton too, sir?
and mutton, yeah, man, and mutton too. Yeah. Those are pre-cooked. But it's like chicken now and maybe like all beef, like ground beef, it is not pre-cooked, right? So if I am going to be ordering ground beef, but the recipe says it is, and I want a pound of ground beef, what I'm going to do is go into the freezer, and the man going to make sure that he weigh out 19.75 ounces of the ground beef, because in his calculation, he knows that the ground beef is going to have a 0.81% yield. So what I'm going to do is so in one little something, in one little Dutch pot, I'm going to put 19.75 ounces of that. It's by the time I'm done stir and cook and so forth and so on, at the end of it, he's going to have 15.99 ounces of ground beef in there. Students, if you don't do that, you're going to run your company in the red. You're going to run your company in the red, because nobody goes into a business to make a loss. So if you know, say 5 eggs will yield 1.5 dozen cookies. What if somebody want 20 cookies? 1.5 dozen cookies is 18. What if somebody call you and say, yo, I'm having some guests over, and I want them to have 1 cookie each. How many cookies do you want, sir? 20. You can say, all right, we just gonna put 1 more egg and then 2 more tablespoons of flour and do the stuff. It means that you are not going to be consistent with your recipe. So you have to go and calculate to see how many more eggs to put, how many more flour, how many more dry ingredients. It has to be a calculation, or else you are going to be missing the consistency. And you can't tell me, say, sir, all me do is just make 2 dozen. Me just make 2 dozen, sir, and just put up 4 of them and then just give them the 20. Easy, sir. No, because if you do that every day, you're wasting 4 of your cookies. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, you have to know how to do your calculation in order to make your money go a far way. And that's why I'm gonna go to places like Starbucks and tell them, say, yo, give me a blended drink, a daiquiri. The man, them know how much of the concentrate to put in at the something. Them know, so them supposed to put 1 scoop of ice, and when they put that in the blender and blend it up, and then throw it out in the 16-ounce cup, them not have nothing for waste. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Or is make up a story?
That's sir.
I know that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I. Yes, I. Say that again, David.
So you clocked it.
Yeah, man. I swear to God, because it is food service calculation. It is food service calculation. Nobody now waste nothing. And any old me employee, David, and somebody want a 16-ounce, 1 table order, pina colada, and somebody order strawberry daiquiri. And when David make it, David will throw away a whole 1/4 cup of the pina colada and another 1/4 cup of strawberry daiquiri. No, sir, me take it out and pay, because it's my money that went on the drain. So you have to be able to do your calculation, students, because guess what? You are not going to stick a job if you don't know how to measure the stuff correctly. All right? So that's what the yield test is, and that's how they use the yield test. The yield test is done so that And when you go into the kitchen to work, ladies and gentlemen, at the back of the door, you will see them have these Wolipa calculations, and they will tell you what the yield test is. And trust me, if you're there, run at the poultry side, a poultry you go there. And if you're there run at the pork stats, that's where you go see. So you will need to know, and you will know how to do your calculation. All right. Now, it says, as purchase is defined as a form of the purchased product that needs some preparation before it is ready to be served in its edible portion. This preparation needed is usually that of trimming waste and the product and separating it from the usable product. Although yield tests are usually performed on raw product, it may also be used on prepared products. And I don't even have to go through and explain all of that because I just did. Hear this part. Many of these products are not 100% usable, as they include some waste. Some of them you can find it to be 100%. I give you 2 examples. Your Irish potato and your sweet potato can be used in its entirety, because I can wash my starchy foods properly, scrub it to get the dirt out of it, and then I can just run it through the machine and dice it to get my strips with the skin on it, and you deep fry it, and you're good to go. You have a nice sweet potato chips, and trust me, a nice sweet potato chips and like a jerk chicken go down nice. So you can have that as 100% usable, but not many products are 100% usable, right? The purpose of the yield test is to break down the product into usable product and non-usable waste. I'm going to be cautious when I say non-usable waste. Do you believe that all waste is non-usable?
No, sir.
All right. Give me an example. Did I give an example earlier? Remember
Fever grass.
Tio, remember the man in fever grass? All right.
Yeah.
Let me give you another example. I'm gonna tell you now. We as I'm not going to say Jamaicans, I'm just going to say people on a whole, we know how to make money work for us, you know. Because say you are the purchasing manager, are you responsible for the kitchen? And you know, you have you buy your bag of lettuce, and you buy your bag of cabbage, and you have the workers them prepping the food, and you know, taking off the leaves and cutting out the stuff and that. So you buy 100 pounds of lettuce in the crocus bag. And when you're done trim and everything, when you wait, you get 92% of edible portion. And I'm using the terminology. Edible portion means it is a form in which a product is served and can be eaten. So it means that for every 100 pounds of lettuce you buy, 8 pounds of lettuce you throw away. No, let me ask you a question. Our secret, we know it is being recorded, but that's still our secret. If you know, say, you run the kitchen, but you know, say, you have one little cow farmer who that pay you money to get
The veggie.
the lettuce leaves them. And when we say pay your money, you know, you can all get all $10,000 for your 50-pound bag. But you throw away the 50-pound bag or whatever amount, but you're throwing away that bag to the garbage truck. But somebody will say, no, mommy, pay your money. What you gonna do with it? Where you gonna throw it away, or you gonna tell the man to come collect it?
Collect it.
Same way,
can
so.
come collect it. You collect the
Same
money.
way, so. So I'm saying this to say to you that even though your non-usable waste is not really non-usable, it can be used. And it can be used in other ways. So for example,
I think
But wouldn't that just be considered as waste, sir, and not non-usable, seeing as though
it
you
will be
can make money from it?
which is what I'm saying. which is what I'm saying. But guess what? Oftentimes, the CEO don't even know say you are making money off him waste, because that's between you and the other workers them. Not that I'm saying that is a right thing to do, but I'm just telling you what I know happens as a fact. All right? So the man them decide say, them are going to empty the something and them empty it, and guess what? You think them put it in the dump? Them don't put it in the dump, them put it behind the dump. So them decide say them are going to carry the waste outside in the stuff. Case in point. One summer I went up and my people them love soursop. And so what I did was to peel the soursop. But stupid enough, I left the seeds inside of the soursop. And when it ran through the machine, them pulled me over and they said that, sir, can you declare what it is that you have? I said, oh man, I have some soursop. And of course a Jamaican was there. So you can know the yard of them. He said, yeah, man, I have soursop. He said, yeah, but you can't go through with it. I said, why? He said, because I see them inside there. And I said, John, no. I said, God, no. He said, God, no, you can't go through with it. And the man, them confiscate must about 6 bags of my nice soursop, And guess what the man do? The man, them just take the soursop and just throw it in one garbage pan. But of course, the garbage pan has a nice, clean garbage bag in there. Because it's only God can't tell me, say, at the end of the day, them now carry the soursop, go to them yard and juice the soursop and drink it. Real talk. Real talk. It's just that you are not allowed to do it, but they can do it. Say, no, me outsmart them now. Because me still carry my sauce up, But painstaking, me still don't take out the whole of the seed them. Or juice them thick and bottle them and carry them. Them can't outsmart. I'm Jamaican, I'm a Jamaican. So them can't outsmart me. Me always outsmart them. So I'm saying to you, what they will do, for argument's sake, when they are dumping the stuff, they will know, instead of putting the waste inside of the dump. No, because I'm not talking to you.
So them take what they want.
Them take what they want. Oh yeah, them take what they want. All right. So it is what it is. All right. I won't go into the other aspect of it yet because I have a nice yield test to show you our next class. If you really want to see how this thing works in reality, you need to come to class ready to learn next week. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop here. Anybody learn anything?
Me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. There are some of you who I don't hear. Davian, I don't know how you sound. Kiana, I don't know how you sound.
Serious,
Julicia,
sister, you don't know how I sound?
No.
I may answer question from evening from last week.
From last week, but me not hear you talk today. Me want you talk every day. Me want you talk every day. Every day me want you talk. Me want you talk to me every day.
There's someone to 132 and 16.
Yeah, man. All right, that's true. Talk truth. Me hear you then. Yeah, truth. Chanel, me not know how you sound. Sash, you not going good. Kiana, you not going good neither, Stewie, you not going good. Right? We need to talk up in a class and contribute to the lesson, because I'm saying to you, when you contribute to the lesson, you use your own experiences, you put things and things together, and when you're going to the exam and the man them ask you the stuff, you know exactly what to do. The applied math is really not difficult. It really isn't difficult, so I don't understand why my tourism students them no want to do the something. But anyhow, I know next class on Wednesday, God's willing, is going to be a better one, because I know you guys will come fully ready. All right. Big up on yourself. I'm going to end right here. Are there any questions of me?
Sir, what is for next class? What are you learning next class?
We're continuing it with the stuff, because I have some other calculations to do. You have to know price to plate. So maybe we said, David, I'm gonna give me only 3 asparagus and some breaded chicken and some mashed potato. Every plate that comes out has a price in it. You see, because you can't just say, like when you go to the corner shop and you know the person, them say, no man, give me this with some oxtail gravy. No, if you want oxtail gravy, you have to pay more for it. When I go KFC and tell them say you want a honey mustard, incidentally, honey mustard wicked. It's shot. you want to eat honey mustard with your fries or your nuggets. Do you know you have to pay for it separate and apart? Because all them gives are two pack of ketchup.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, right? And when you go foreign, you get any amount of honey mustard they want. You understand? So it is how they're making their money. They're trying to make the money stretch and stretch a far way. All right. So it is just what it is. But yeah, what I'll do is to show you how to do your edible portion, edible cost per portion, because the truth is, when Burger King buys the 100 pounds of lettuce and they only get 92% yield, and they have to throw away 8% for each bag, well, which is really 8 pounds, and if it's 10 bags they buy, it's going to be 8 times 10. That's 80 pounds of waste that they're going to have. The truth of the matter is, do you know that there are companies that use those waste to make we call it now pellets for birds and for chicken to eat? Them grind them up and put some other little nourishment in it, and them come out, and some eggs and them something there, and eggshell, and them get them pellets for the birds and for the stuff. Because, you know, as David says, it's not non-usable really waste, because I mean some of the waste can be yeah, so it can be reused, right? So what I'm saying to you is, when I buy a plate of oxtail from Spanish Hotel, and Spanish Hotel says it's $32.50 US for it, they will now need to know that in my plate, I am going to be getting half pound of oxtail. And that's why they need to know the yield test for oxtail. So that if them know say it's yield test and it's half pound of one, them know say them supposed to start off with half pound is how much? 8 ounces. Them supposed to start off with 11 ounces. So them going to take out 11 ounces of oxtail, including the bone, you know. So them count that in there. So they're going to take out 11 ounces of oxtail. Then we're going to cook that 11 ounces of oxtail. And then after that, no, because remember the oxtail is pre-cooked in any event, you know. So what I'm going to do is take out the half pound out of that and cook it up for me, and that is going to be the stuff. Because every plate, if you decide, say, you know, say me know that teacher, the man, because him teach me don't excel, you know, they're going to give him 1 pound. It means that the company going to lose. The company going to lose. And if you, the student who has a degree in hospitality and tourism management, food beverage manager, and you're in charge of Half Moon and then big hotel there, you have to make sure, say, your hotel, you make money. Because the more you make, the more the people them go and keep you. So it is what it is, and it is how it is that we can stay afloat. All right. So it is very interesting. Do you think? And we'll link up again Wednesday. Here, big up on yourself later.
Night, sir.
Okay, sir. Good night.
Bye, sir.
Bye, mommy. Bye bye.